I make this video to bring glory and honor to God, Yahweh, Jesus, Yahshua, Shah, the Holy Spirit, Rock Kadesh, or may just He move, may the Spirit of God move. I make this video so the Spirit of God moves, however, on this earth with this. You know, may this video move, through the Spirit of the Most High as far as it can go. So, y'all may follow what I do here. You may not. You may find fault. I don't care. You know, I want to read y'all some scriptures. I'm going to read that first. I'm in Genesis chapter 18, starting at verse 16, and I'm going to read from 19 to 29. And I'm reading from the New Living Translation because this is how we talk now. You know, you can read however or read any one you want, but I'm just reading in places where it's like, this is how we talk now. Just not impersonal. We don't talk like henceforth thou shalt not. I don't fault someone for reading King James. I like King James. But at the same time, I'm reading this solely because this is how we speak now. Abraham intercedes for Sodom. Then the men got up from their meal and started on toward Sodom. Abraham went with them part of the way. Should I hide my plan from Abraham? The Lord asked. For Abraham will become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth will be blessed through him. I have singled him out so that he will direct his sons and their families to keep the way of the Lord and do what is right and just. Then I will do for him all that I have promised. So the Lord told Abraham, I have heard that the people of Sodom and Gomorrah are extremely evil, and everything they do is wicked. I am going down to see whether or not these reports are true. Then I will know. The two other men went toward Sodom, but the Lord remained with Abraham for a while. Abraham approached him and said, will you destroy both the innocent and the guilty alike? Suppose you find 50 innocent people within the city. Will you destroy it and not spare for their sakes? Surely you wouldn't do such a thing, destroying the innocent with the guilty. Why would you be treating the innocent and the guilty exactly the same? Surely you wouldn't do that. Should not the judge of all the earth do what is right? And the Lord replied, if I find 50 innocent people in Sodom, I will spare the entire city for their sake. Then Abraham spoke again. Since I have begun, let me go on and speak further unto my Lord. Even though I am just dust and ashes. Suppose there are only 45. Will you destroy it for a lack of 5? Then the Lord said, I will not destroy it if I find 45. Then Abraham pressed his request further. Suppose there are only 40. And the Lord replied, I will not destroy it if there were 40. Please don't be angry with me, my Lord. Abraham pleaded, let me speak. Suppose there are only 30 found. And the Lord replied, I will not destroy it if there are only 30. Then Abraham said, since I have dared to speak to the Lord, let me continue. Suppose there are only 20. And the Lord said, then I will not destroy it for the sake of the 20. And finally Abraham said, Lord, please do not get angry. I will speak, but once more. Suppose only 10 are found there. And the Lord said, then, for the sake of 10, I will not destroy it. And the Lord went on his way. When he had finished his conversation with Abraham, and Abraham returned to his tent. That evening, the two angels came to the entrance of the city of Sodom, and Lot was sitting there as they arrived. And when he saw them, he stood up to meet them. Then he welcomed them and bowed low to the ground. My lords, he said, come to my home to wash your feet and be my guests for the night. You may then get up and go in the morning as early as you like, and be on your way then. Oh no, they said, we'll just spend the night out here in the city square. But Lot insisted. So at last they went home with him. He set a great feast before them, and complete with fresh bread made without yeast. After the meal, they were preparing to retire for the night. All the men of Sodom, young and old, came from all over the city, surrounded the house. They shouted to Lot, where are the men who spent the night with you? Bring them out here so we can have sex with them. Lot stepped outside to talk to them, shutting the door behind him. Please, my brothers, he begged, don't do such a wicked thing. Look, I have 2 virgin daughters. Do with them as you wish, but leave these men alone, for they are under my protection. Stand back, they shouted. Who are you? Who do you think you are? We let you settle among us, and now you're trying to tell us what to do? We'll treat you far worse than those other men. So they lunged at Lot and began breaking the door down. The 2 angels reached out, pulled Lot in, bolted the door. Then they blinded the men of Sodom so they couldn't find the doorway. Do you have any other relatives here in the city? The angels asked. Get them out of this place. Sons-in-law, sons, daughters, or anyone else, for we will destroy the city completely. The stench of this place has reached the Lord, and he has sent us to destroy it. So Lot rushed out to tell his daughter's fiancés, quick, get out of the city. The Lord is going to destroy it. But the 2 men thought he was only joking. At dawn, the next morning, the angels began insisting. Hurry, they said to Lot. Take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here. Get out of here right now, or you will be caught in the destruction of the city. Then Lot hesitated. The angel seized his hand and the hands of his wife and the 2 daughters and rushed them to safety outside the city. For the Lord was merciful. Run for your lives, the angels warned. Do not stop anywhere in the valley, and don't look back. Escape to the mountains, or you will die. Oh no, my lords, please. The Lot begged them. You have been so kind to me and saved my life, and you have granted me such mercy. But I cannot go to the mountains. Disaster would catch up to me there, and I would die, and I would soon die. See, there's a small village nearby. Please let me go there instead. Don't you see how small it is? Then my life will be saved. All right, the angel said. I will grant your request. I will not destroy that little village. But hurry, for I cannot do nothing until you are there. From that time on, that village was known as Zor. The sun was rising as Lot reached the village. Then the Lord rained down fire and burning sulfur from the heavens on Sodom and Gomorrah. He utterly destroyed them, along with the other cities and villages on the plain, eliminating all life, people, plants, animals alike. But Lot's wife looked back as she was following along behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. The next morning, Abraham was up early and hurried out to the place where he had stood in the Lord's presence. He looked out across the plains of Sodom and Gomorrah and saw the columns of smoke and fumes, as far from as from a furnace, rising from the cities there. But God had listened to Abraham's request and kept Lot safe, removing him from the disaster that engulfed the cities on the plain. You know why I read that to y'all? I read that to y'all for this reason. You know, when I read this, you know, the men of Sodom and Gomorrah, I did this video, and it's another scripture. I'm going to look it up. I just haven't had time to look it up. Is the scripture, Lord, Lord. You know, Lord, you know, the Son of Man said, you know, many will say to me on the day of judgment, Lord, Lord, haven't we done miracles? Haven't we done this? He said, go away, for I never knew you. For the decisive, you know, the decisive matter is those who hear and do the will of the Father. Go away, for I never knew you, for the things you've done were unauthorized. Many will say, Lord, Lord. I didn't know what Lord, Lord meant, but I know it now. Lord, Lord. I thought Lord, Lord meant we're sinners. We're sinners, all of us. Not one of us is, we're all sinners. Not one is good. Not one always does good and never sins. Not one on this earth, no matter how virtuous or righteous. Even if you like to think otherwise, let's move forward. The reason why I'm saying that is, Lord, Lord. I didn't understand, and I did a video about this. And in this video, I called it, You Haven't Changed. And it was pertaining to the sodomite that I was dealing with. And I'm going to tell y'all, you know, I'm going to tell you of the legend of Shawn Brownson. You know, Shawn, like, after I did that video, y'all didn't know, like, these glasses I'm wearing, these are glasses I had to pay for when I got some new ones. And they slide off my face. And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that. Because after I got in my second scuffle with that dude, the second time I had to subdue him, the second time I had to subdue him, he grabbed my glasses and crushed them. And the second time, and mind you, like, I want to tell you with this sodomite, you know, he was a burden to know. I'm going to tell y'all, you know, he was a burden to know. You know, I never forgot the first time I fought him. Like, I'm not this brother's like, yo, I'm in these streets, I'm in the hood, like, I'm in these, like, forget all that garbage. Like, yo, I put in work, like, I'm out. Nah, man, man, that sounds so mindless to me. But even still, I'm telling you, like, I stay to myself. You know, I try to be, I'm virtuous, or fight to be virtuous every day of my life, righteous, seek the Most High. I stay to myself. But this sodomite, man, was a problem. Like, a problem. And I'm going to tell you why I say was, you know, because in this video, I called it Manpussy for a reason. Because I'm going to tell you what this man left behind, man. It was just unbelievable. And I'm going somewhere with all of this. It hit home with this guy, man, because it was just so offensive. You know, I remember one time I was trying to care for him. He was on the ground. The first time I wrecked him, or the first time I was forced to subdue him, you know, I remember I saw him on the ground and I was trying to help him up. I didn't know who it was. And when I saw it was him, I'm trying to help him up. Like, yo, is he okay? Is he alive? Like, I'm trying to call an ambulance because he was unresponsive. And I'm like, yo, hello? Yo, wake up. And I'm trying to talk to the ambulance. And he start slowly coming to. And he's just like, no, I don't need an ambulance. You need an ambulance? I don't give a F, bro. And then when I look over to the sink, I saw my Chinese in the sink. Like my food in the sink. Like, top off, just my Chinese. And he just, I don't give a F, bro. Just talking to me disrespectful as all get out. And when he got to his feet, he was on the phone, called someone drunk, just belligerent and drunk. And he's just talking to me crazy. And I get off the phone with the ambulance because they're like, hey, if you don't want no help, you can't help him. All right, I hung up. And he was taking my food. And he took my food. And I was getting mad. And was eating it in my face as he's talking to me crazy. And then he called me a B. You know what I'm saying? Then he was just like, calling me a B. I'm like, yo, call me that Jane one more time, bro. Because I'm already getting mad. Because you're eating my food. You're talking to me crazy. I just helped you to make sure. I'm trying to call an ambulance for you because I'm thinking you need a medic. I'm thinking you're in the process of dying. And I'm like, let me help you to your feet. And, you know, let me help a medic or something. And he just talking to me crazy. And out of nowhere, he just like called me a B. I'm like, yo, call me that Jim one more time, bro. Like, one more time. One more time. Call me that. One more time. As he's eating my food in front of my face in this spiteful manner. And he just looked at me. B! And when he said that, man, I just took it to this bruh's body. The time of verbal communication or a time for verbal prompt came to an end. I just knew what time it was. And I took it to this bruh's body bad, like bad. You know what I'm saying? Like bad. I could see it in his face when I had him on the ground. He was just horrified. You know, and I remember we had to call an ambulance for him. And I talked to my old head the next day. And the next day, I'm telling my old head. And I'm like, yo, how that dude doing, man? And my old head told me, man, you effed him up bad, man. You effed him up bad. It looked like Raymond. It looked like he got hit by a car. And when he said that, I didn't know what to say to him. But he was just like, Ray, it looked like he got hit by a car, man. You know, and when he told me that, I was like, you told me, like, you effed him up bad, Ray. You did him bad, man. And when I saw him, his stomach was so swole. It's like women, my sisters, imagine how your stomach look when you like when you like 6 to 9 months type. I think that's the time you give birth, like between that. I mean, I don't exactly know the exact time. I don't got no kids. Let's move forward. But like, you know how your stomach swells up? Like you imagine, like when I hit him in his side, like imagine the side of his stomach, just the side of his stomach swelled up like how you was when you were pregnant. And his stomach just looked burgundy. It just looked, that spot, it just looked burgundy. And when I saw him, I was like, gosh, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Never forgot, it was bad. And bad. And I'm praying. And I was praying, God, interceding to the Most High, like, don't let him drop dead. You knew why I had to do what I had to do, but don't let him drop dead, man. Don't let him drop dead. And I'm praying and I'm praying and I'm praying. And the old head knew, like, yo, and he was just like, you know what I'm saying, yo, I understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you had to put in that work. Anybody I would tell, like, yo, Ray, you had to put in that work, Ray. I understand you didn't want to. Like, anybody knows you don't want to. You just had to put in that work. Because you had to respect your space, your body. You had to, Ray. And so, and mind you, you know why I'm saying that? It's because afterward, after I subdued him, I never forgot, like, he was the type brother that got a little too comfortable. He still got too comfortable. I remember I had my hand in a bun. Like, and this bro was walking up to me trying to touch my hair bun. Like, my bun, like, after I got my hair done, he was like, oh, you got your hair done. And I yanked my hair back, like, yo, creeped out. Like, yo, what you doing? Like, he was just, oh, you full of ish. And I'm like, dog, like, what's wrong with you? Like, I don't touch no man's hair. Like, that stuff weird to me. Like, and so, like, really, like, keep your hands to yourself. Respect space. Like, for real. He ain't respect none of that. None of that. You know, I never forgot, you know, and this is the thing. I remember when I talked to this man once, and out of nowhere, he was just like, we were just, you know what I'm saying, I was talking to him about a shorty, you know, and out of nowhere, you know, I had a girlfriend around the time, and I never forgot, he was just like, yeah, you should try that man pussy. It's better than a woman's. I'm like, do you know how offensive that is to hear? And I don't know, I won't even say nothing out of pocket, like, or just like, yo, I got a shorty, or just, you know what I'm saying, just like, I love a shorty. You know what I'm saying? And he was just, man, you should try that man pussy. It's better than a woman's. Like, do you know how offensive that is? Do you know how offensive that is to say to another man? And I never forgot when he came at my old head, like, you know, talking about, you know, me and this man, we used to go behind the bin and we used to get it in. My old head, man, I don't want to hear that ish. Like, bro, I ain't on that gay stuff. Like, don't come at me with this. Like, dog. You know, and it tripped me out. And you think that's something whole that. There was a time, a little later on time, where this bruh would say, like, this bruh never forgot sometimes, he was just like, hey, I'm getting married. I feel blessed. Oh, that's what's up for you, man. Yeah, I'm getting married. I feel blessed. Just like, I feel blessed. He's a cop. He's a cop. I thought you said you had a girl. I F him like one. Man, don't come at me with that gay stuff, man. Man, what you talking about? Everybody gay. No, bro, not everybody. Everybody gay. That's that white man talk. Like that's that white man talk. And I just marveled at it like, nah. And I'm feeling blessed. Blessed by who? The Most High ain't into this. No part of this is the Most High with. No part of this does he endorse. Man, I feel blessed. I'm not gay. I'm bi. Man, look, same thing, bro. What you talking about, man? Come on, man. If you gonna bang homies, man, you gonna like, yo. If you gonna bang homies, you gay, like. So, like, is that any better? Like, nah, man, it's still gay. Like, come on, man. And you know, he didn't respect space. He didn't respect boundaries. He didn't. Like, he didn't. You know, one time, and mind you, the first time I wrecked him, I'm praying like, yo, I just didn't want him to drop dead. Because if you hit somebody in the body hard enough, any boxer knows, if you really take it to a person's body for real, you know, they may not think nothing of it, but out of nowhere, they could drop dead from their injuries. But, you know why I'm telling you all of this? Because I just marveled at it. I marveled at all of it. I marveled at all of it. Because he was just someone that was just like, yo, this is just unbelievable as a person to deal with. As a person to deal with, it's just unbelievable. One time, he had his daughter, right? And you'll see it in this video. But he had a daughter. And his daughter, you know, I never forgot he was drunk one day. He was trying to, I don't know what he was, but he was something. And he was over here trying to, he was over here, dog. The man was over here. This woman is going on 40 years old. This bro younger than her. This man talking about some girl stand still. And he trying to braid the chick head. And the old head, this is his daughter. He's like, yo, Shawn, step back, yo. Step back, Shawn. Leave her alone. Like, and she's just getting irritated. Like, yo, man, girl, stand still. I know how to do hair. Like, yo, Shawn, step off him. Man, I ain't thinking about you coming over here. And then I'm in the kitchen trying to cook my food. This bro gonna come right over here and turn the stove off. Yo, don't turn the stove off. Like, I'm right here. Like, turn it up. No, leave my bread alone, bro. And I'm trying my hardest not to wreck him because I remember when I wrecked him, how horrified he was. He didn't respect no one's space. No one's. He was a problem. He just liked trouble. He liked mischief. He liked chaos. You know, I didn't understand what Lord meant until I met that dude. You haven't changed. You know, the second time I wrecked him, he was just horrified, and I tried to take it easy the best I could. I remember I had to, like, you know, like, he was just in my, like, the old head one day, he was harassing my old head. And I didn't know it until later on. I came downstairs and I was talking to my old head, and I asked my old head, yo, you all right? He was like, yo, do you know what he did? I'm like, what'd he do, man? He spray painted, he sprayed my head with shaving cream. He what? Ray, he took some shaving cream and sprayed my head, man. My old head he couldn't fend for himself. He has a walker. He couldn't fend for himself. He don't have a gun. He has a walker. When my old head told me this, I told him, when the Shawn came home, yo, did you do this, Shawn? Look, and his reply, I don't have to answer you. You know, just like, I don't have to answer you. I don't have to answer. Yo, did you spray his head with shaving cream? So? And he just was like, so? I said to him, yo, if you do something so trifling to him again, you're going to have me to deal with, bro. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you at all. And I was serious. And, you know what I'm saying? He just talking to me crazy, and I subdued him to the wall. And I'm like, I'm trying not to hurt you, Shawn. I'm trying my hardest not to hurt you. The best that I can. And I'm serious, you know, and I'm so fed up because he just on some gay stuff, and it's just out of pocket. Just what, and throughout the months, he used to just, like, just, you know what I'm saying, y'all some undercover gays, y'all some gays. And it's like, and it hit me like, this bruh really is mad that we ain't trying to smash him. In the same way Potiphar's wife was just frustrated, was just sexually frustrated, where she just wanted to sleep with Joseph. She basically wanted to rape Joseph. This bruh was just the same way. Because she was interested, that meant Joseph needed to be interested. Because he was interested, that meant we were interested. It didn't matter that we didn't get down like that. It didn't matter. You know why I'm saying all of this, and I'm making a point with all of this. Follow me, please. The second time I wrecked him, man, the second time I wrecked this dude, like, he was just in my space. This is the next day after I subdued him to the wall, talking about I'm trying not to hurt you. He was just, then, you know, I forgot, he was just talking crazy like, yo, bro, I ain't a B. Like, he over here trying to talk to me like, yo, you gonna wash your dishes? Bro, I wash my dishes, man. What you talking about? Because I'm like a residential advisor, like, and he in my space, like, and I'm like, yo, I ain't a B. He was just like, you is one. And he walked over a distance away. You is one. When you go in the pen, you gonna be a booty boy. When he said that to me, man, I just walked over to him and I was just smacking his head, just, bah, 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 bah. you know, just smacking the crap out of this bruh. Like, I never forgot Redman was like, yo, I smacked the ish out you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just, when I put hands on him, I remember how bad it was. And so I was just smacking this bruh, like, going to the, you know what I'm saying? And then he's trying to grab a knife or something. As he has my glasses in my hand, he crushed my glasses. My glasses used to stay on my face. But this sodomite grabbed him and crushed him. And then at the same time, he's trying to grab a knife from the drawer, man. I just, you know what I'm saying, subdued him, you know, did some jujitsu, subdued him, and put him on the ground. Rocked him, like, leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. And he's just horrified looking at me, just horrified. I never forgot it. And I was serious, like, leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You understand what I'm telling you? Leave me alone. And he's just horrified on the ground. Just horrified. Just looking at me, and I'm serious, man. And I was just so mad because y'all don't understand. I love my neighbor. I hate to hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt no one. I want to help anyone the best that I know how. But he respected none of that. None of it. None of it. And he called social services. And when he called social services, you know, he was gone for like a couple days. And then social services came by saying, hey, you know, Shawn's saying he's scared for his life. And I told him, Shawn is a problem. And I had video evidence of how he was. And the old head was right here having my back, like, yeah, man, he sprayed my head with shaving cream. And the social worker could see, like, with my claim and with the old man's claim, he's a problem. And she said, how come your landlady is not trying to get him out of here? Because that's a problem. That's a true and genuine problem. That's a problem. And it was. Nothing shy and short of it. Nothing shy and short of a problem. I'm going to finish this up in another video.
Answer your phone, man.
No, I don't want to call him over here, blow this bitch up.
He'll
But like
blow
I said,
shit up.
look,
He'll suck a dick.
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
No, you want to tell him that?
I would like to.
Oh, I
would like to.
I'm trying to save your life a little bit
Oh,
longer.
you'll save
But
my
look,
life, bitch.
You call what you want to call
You'll
me.
save my
You
life,
already
bitch.
died.
You don't save my life,
You all
bitch.
about ghosts every night. You
My
see
motherfucker-
shit every night.
I
Your
call
mama
my-
ready to come get you.
I call my
motherfucker.
nephews and tell them to come out your motherfucker.
Come get me,
your
and
ass.
they got sisters.
Yeah, fix
You don't
your
know
ass.
about Sister B with my
Yeah,
feet and
fix
joining
your
up.
ass.
Boy, they'll
Nobody
fry
knows.
this motherfucker up.
Yeah,
I ain't
my
worried
nephews,
about
the
it.
motherfucker
Watch your
make
mouth now. Watch your
Fuck
mouth.
you, dick sucker.
That's right. But I ain't sucking your sick dick.
Thank you.
That's one thing about it is a stupid dick.
Thank you.
But I'm gonna tell you right to quit.
Now what
I
you
clean
saying
up this
to
motherfucker.
Yo, you need to really calm down, bro.
I clean this every day, every day. I do everything I can to be here. These motherfuckers get mad on me because I'm clean. You can't get mad because I like you to clean my
Nah,
back.
yo, you being too disruptive. You need to calm down till the police come, bro. Seriously.
I don't need you need to shut the fuck up around me.
What, man? You shut up until the
Clean. I
police
keep
come.
this house clean. You know how I do. I make sure you eat every day.
You still a
He
bitch.
was trying to get him put out.
You still a
I'm not
bitch.
trying to get nobody put out, bro.
He
You
was
still
trying
a
to get her put
bitch.
out. But
You
soon as
still
I
a
told
bitch.
him about the car, he changed his tone. He started calling her.
Oh, you still a bitch though.
That's all right. I'll be a bitch.
Alright, well,
Bobby, I'll be a bitch. You dying though.
stay bitch. Stay
That's
bitch.
fine.
Stay
That's
bitch.
fine. That's fine. You know what? I ain't. Let me tell you one.
I really don't want to hear
I
that
ain't mad
crazy
with
shit,
you.
man.
You gotta do with that.
You always
I just got about
you always got mad with somebody.
on my credit. My insurance won't cover. $2,500 on my credit. They won't cover. Hospital won't cover. Cause it was an injury from him. And I want my $5,000. I went to the psychologist 3 times last month. I told them.
Man, you need to calm down, man.
Councilman Mona said the same thing.
Huh? Yeah, the police coming.
Yeah.
You need to calm down, bro.
Yeah, no, you need to calm down. You need my.
I'm cool.
Whatever. But like I was saying, though, I need my $5,000. I gotta live with this the rest of my life. Now I'm gonna get my money. I'm gonna get my money. If I don't get it out of the white man's hand, trust me. I got 3 people lined up to get out that motherfucking car. You watch the truck. And give me 5 days. Give me 5 days from the 15th.
You got one day
I'm
now.
gonna be blowed up,
one.
or I'm gonna get my fucking money.
Look at this.
Trust me, I'm gonna tell the
You
cops.
see that bitch? You see that bitch ever?
So you know one thing about Marquita and Jada? You know what Jada told me? Said I would come right now and shoot him in that motherfucker up. But the only reason I won't do it, because you're here. But if I don't get my money in 5 days, that motherfucker be sitting out there on fire. You want to see?
Shoot shit, bitch.
Yeah, what up, you faggot ass bitch?
You don't shoot shit, punk. Everybody gonna shoot shit.
Down here,
She been gone.
like Miss McCall told me down here, Miss B, she said every time somebody live in this house, it always been some shit. It's a crazy house.
No, it's not a crazy house, bro.
It's a
You
roof.
chill, man.
It's a spur and a roof. It's a crazy house. Get the fuck up out of here. Miss B, come
you
down
wanna
here
walk
and help
outside?
him.
Yeah, I want you to come with me too.
It's a
No, I'll
roof
be out
and
there
a
in the
spur
field.
in this
I'll
house.
wait till the
On
police
my
come.
$750, $2,500 for my medical bills, and $5,000 to get myself back on track.
Man, you really tripping right now, man.
Yeah, and then the white man down there, I got my counsel, I got Marlene, I got Chad, I got the other gay guy named Brandon that went to me to the hospital. I got medical record, I got x-rays. Ain't no way I hit my stomach in the stomach that big. My stomach that big, I got pictures in my store.
You should have killed your motherfucking ass,
and that's right. But God is good. But I'm gonna get that $750.
You gonna bring him into this? He ain't got
I'm gonna
nothing
tell
to
you
do with
one
this.
thing. If I don't get it, you wanna see that motherfucker in 5 days.
They don't get shit.
So you saying you gonna try to get someone to kill
Yeah,
me?
so my niece said she'll blow that bitch up. She's a drug dealer.
Okay.
Yeah, videotape me. Videotape. You already been videotaped. You already got court records on you already for hitting me in my stomach.
Okay.
Tell the motherfuckers that you hit me in my stomach. I already got medical records. He videotaping everything like a little bitch. Who cares about that?
That's just
You hit me in my stomach.
That's just that.
You hit me in my stomach. I had diarrhea for a week. Then the motherfucker bought me out, paid for my cell phone bill $50. $50 didn't come my motherfucking cell phone bill.
Oh, give you 50.
I already got the receipt for Metro. I got all that stuff in the front
Evidence is a
store.
bunch of bullshit.
There you go.
Get the
You know, I need to finish this back, you know, pertaining to Shawn. And it goes like this. With Shawn, the fate of Shawn, and I'm gonna tell you why I called him Manpussy, is because Shawn I found out recently, Shawn died. I don't know how, I don't care. You know why I'm telling you? Because I live with Shawn, and Shawn was living in this home I was being a residential advisor at for the year of 2018 until October. You know, after he moved out, man, me and the old head, we just talked about it, like, you know, how he was trying to talk about coming back, and me and the old head, like, yeah, you can't be serious. Like, yo, and we just marveled at it. Because Shawn was just a problem, man. A problem. Shawn I found out, you know, after Shawn, after he moved out, I would think about that, bro. And when I would think about him, I would just ball up my fist. You know, I never forgot one time, you know, the landlady once told me how Shawn, you know, I remember one time when the landlady came by and Shawn was present. And he was like, hey, we just need to talk. We just need to work this out. You know, we just need to get along here. Like, and the landlady, and she was just like, hey, I'm sensing some sexual tension here. When she said that, I got so mad. I got so mad. Like, I started balling up my fist. Like, I got so mad. Because I'm trying to do this thing, this job that you're sitting here asking me to do for you. You're asking me to look out for your home. You're asking me to be a residential advisor to the best of my abilities, and I'm doing my job. But I got so mad because this sodomite's just doing stuff for attention. I never forgot. Like, even after I wrecked him, the second time, I never forgot when he would just call the cops, just to call the cops on me. And I talked to my mother figure about it, man. And it just tripped me out. It tripped me out royally. Because he would come there and be calling the cops. And I remember one time, and I'm just doing nothing, minding my business. Cops come, and out of nowhere, hey, sir, what's going on? And he's just putting on. And I get a doorbell ring, go downstairs, and that's the cops. Hey, we got a call. Hey, he's acting like this. He's acting like this. And he's just putting on in front of these cops. This sodomite just, hey, he's just doing this. He's just, you know, just putting on. Like, for attention. And the cops is just looking at him like, yeah. And me, I'm over here shaking my head like, and he's just like, now I'll let you go ahead and talk to him. He could say whatever. He just went upstairs. And the cops look at me, sir, what's going on? And I said, sir, I ain't even call you, man. My landlady, sir, I didn't call you. That was all him putting on. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, man. He's like, it's fine, man. I'm gonna tell you why I'm bringing the cops up. They were just like, it's fine. But I'm gonna tell you, that's not what angered me. What angered me was this. Is two things. When my landlady told me, Raymond, do you know the cops called and they said that they thought it was a domestic excuse? Y'all was on some gay stuff. I got so mad, man. I'm balling up my fist, and I'm just balling up my fist, and I'm like, I don't want to hurt him, man. I you know, and I'm just getting mad because this is so embarrassing. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Do you know how embarrassing that is to hear that? Hey, they just thought it was a, and this is what set me over the edge is when my mother figure told me, hey, Raymond, do you know when I Googled your address once? When I Googled your address once, back when you was going through what you was going through, do you know when I looked up your address, it talked about a lover's, it talked about police called for a lover's quarrel. I got so mad, man. Do you know how embarrassing and offensive that is? Do you know how embarrassing that is? Do you know how embarrassing that is? And I'm be honest with you, I used to tell my old head and I used to tell my homie, yo, because I had a homie that came live with me for a time, and I used to ball up my fist. And I told my homie, yo, I ain't bring you to my house for a reason. Because one, you'd be over here with your shorty, and this sodomite might be on what he's on, and you would be doing time. You would lose it on this, bro, man. You would lose it. My homie would have, because my homie used, he used to bang. And, the sodomite over here talking about he a blood. Like, I'm a blood. Like, and when I told my homie that, man, he lost it. Like, because they don't play that. And if anybody that used to bang know, like, yo, let you claim to be a Crip or let you claim to be a blood and you not, they gonna see about you. Like, initiations, like, yo, them things be real, like, like, see about you, see where your hands are, see where you at, see about you. They gonna see about it. Like, and we say see about it, not hear you, see about it. And he was just snapping like, yo, what? Like because when you really bang, they take that stuff serious. And it just angered me, man. And I used to ball up my fist about it. Because this sodomite, because it tripped me out. He didn't respect space. He didn't respect boundary. Because he was interested, that meant you were interested. Or at least as interested as long as he was. My mother figure said something to me, and she was so right. She said to me this, Raymond, how come I notice that a lot of gays, they're not even interested in homosexuals more than they're interested in the heterosexual. My mother knew what she was talking about. My mother figure knew what she was talking about. You know, I never forgot. You know why I tell you it would ball up my fist? Because I remember times after I wrecked them, and I was just so vexed. And I remember times when I was seeing spiritual places. You know. See, y'all want dreams and visions and seeing spirit type stuff, man. To be honest, I'm seeking things where it's like those. I'm seeking those things here. Where what's in spiritual places manifest on this plane. But forget all that. I'm going to tell you why I'm saying everything I'm saying to you. My friend, you know, the son of man, my friend. I never forgot when I heard my friend say to me, Ray, there's still a sword drawn against him. Or one time I saw, like, I couldn't explain, I saw the son of man, his outline, I saw him, and he was looking at Shawn, this sodomite, his name was Anthony Shawn Brownson, but he just wanted to be called Shawn. He was looking at Shawn with this anger, with this fierce anger. A Jesus y'all don't want to know. A Jesus, he fights not to show. He's forced to show when we carry off on wickedness. And I just saw him looking at him with this intense anger. And then I gently saw that anger go away. As he gently turned and looked at me in much patience and understanding, like, sad. Like, he gave me this look like, Ray, I understand, Ray. Like, Ray, I know what you're going through. Like, Ray, I know. I know, Ray. Ray, I know. Like, he just gave me this look like, I know, Ray. I was vexed. Like, I was angry. Like, I was just beyond angry. And he just gave me this gentle look like, Ray, I know. The second time I wrecked him, man, I was just so vexed. I remember my homie, I got a brother that's a true brother to me, man. He fears the Most High like you wouldn't believe. He ain't a brother that turn the other cheek either. And my homie, he told me once, man, where it's like when he was done wrecking someone, he was so vexed, he just broke out crying after he beat the brakes off him. He beat the brakes off this person. He started crying. I remember from Family Guy, there was an episode where Peter was acting like a bully, and Chris was there, and Peter was about to beat up his childhood bully who was basically paralyzed, or he had to walk with these crutches. And Peter was about to beat him up, and Chris just basically blocked it and just beat the brakes off his dad, and then just beat his dad down like dun 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 dun, and then started crying like crying vexed, just crying vexed, man. And I get it. And I never forgot when my homie told me, Ray, I did someone in, like I was so vexed. After I was done doing what I was doing, I just broke down and I started crying. I just started crying. Ray, I just started crying. After I wrecked him the second time, man, my old head was there, man. And my old head was just trying to comfort me, man. After I wrecked him, the sodomite went upstairs. He was just horrified, just talking trash, walking upstairs. And then he went to social services. No, he just went to an institution because he was just horrified. Man, I left that brother trauma. He was just horrified. And I was just sitting downstairs at the table, just crying, just vexed. And my old head was like, Ray, just cool out, Ray. Just cool out. Just cool out, Ray. Just sit here and cool out, man. You ain't gotta. And he won't mock me. He won't laugh. And he understood because he knows how much I care. He knows how much he's on my character. My old head know, like, Ray, he knows me. Like, Ray, you were A1, bro. Like, I haven't met no one like A1 like you, Ray. Listen to your old head. Like, I ain't gonna tell you wrong. And he was just like, Ray, just cool out. Just cool out, Ray. Just sit here and cool out. Gather yourself. Because my old head know, like, you don't want to hurt nobody, man. You care about your neighbor. And if you say something, if you got a rebuke, that thing's just. I was just sat there and I just cried at the table after I wrecked him the second time. I wasn't over here like, yeah, I did it, bro. I'm like, yeah, nah, man. Because it was so vexing. This brother did not respect that I'm not gay. And if he had the strength to fight me and subdue me, he would have tried to force some homosexuality off on me. That's the type of man he was. He didn't respect, yo, I'm not like this. He didn't respect it. In the same way sodomites did not respect it, he didn't respect it, man. He didn't. He didn't. He just flat out did not. Women, what if y'all, a lot of y'all sisters, you know, y'all who fear God say, you know, Jesus is Lord, sisters in Christ, you know, and suffering for Christ, you know, you straight like, look, I'm not interested in women. I'm not interested in women. I'm not interested. Will you please respect that? And imagine a woman ain't hearing that. She ain't hearing that. She ain't hearing that. She ain't hearing that. Whether you believe it or not, the spirit of promiscuity affects women more than it does men. I'm a man who studies. And just imagine how that you telling a woman, and some of y'all been in those places. Look, I'm not with this. I'm not with it. Like, look, I'm not with this. I'm not with this. I'm not with this. I'm not with this. Respect that I'm not interested. And you telling the other party, and they're not trying to hear, oh, that's offensive. You're not into it. That's sad because, you know, no, because you're interested. That's supposed to mean I'm interested. I'm supposed to be interested as long as you're interested. Do you know how offensive that is? Do you know how wicked that is? I talk to you. When y'all been through those situations, I talk to you. I talk to you. You know what else is sad, man? I didn't want no problems. I never want. Let's move forward. I found out this man on May the 24th, he died. I don't know of what. And when he died, he was in places where I heard a voice say, see, I don't lean on dreams, visions. I don't lean on none of that, man. I heard a voice say to me, Raymond, he is not with me. You know, and people talking about, hey, God called him home. His sister and his mother on eternal places welcoming him home. And I heard he's not with me. And the reason why and you hear people over here like, hey, I know you in heaven. You know, I'll see you in heaven when I get there. Like, what you mean? And me, I didn't mourn him. I don't mourn him. I don't even, to be honest, I don't feel bad for his fate. And I'm going to share with you this. That fate, I did see. I did see it. You know that video that I put up between the first video and this one? I saw what he put off. See, hell talks about a place, you know, of punishment. It's Ezekiel 32, where it talks about they share the same fate. Victims of the sword. They share the same fate. It talks about a spiral staircase. And it talks about they're victims of the sword. They all share, though they're long dead, You know, as mighty as they were victims of the sword, they share the same humiliation. In that place, I'm going to tell you exactly what I seen pertaining to it. That scene that y'all saw, where it's like you see the girl posted on the wall, you hear him talking, and you see me over here with the phone, you hear the old head talking. The scene went just like this. As he's carrying off just talking belligerent and how he was, the people in his cube, in his place of punishment, they give the apparition of myself, the old head, and the girl. This is not actually us. These are not the people he once known, but these are angels of punishment pretending to be people he once known. And so the scene transpired like this. He was talking, and just belligerent as he was, the old head was just right there. The apparition that was looking like me was right there. An apparition looking like, the illusion looking like his daughter was right there posted on the wall. And the two in the far corner ran up to him, dashed towards him. They got up. The old head jumped out the bed like he wasn't even needing a walker. You know, the person that was looking, apparition looking like me, jumped out the seat jumped out the seat. And as he's trying to run out the front door, the apparition that's looking like the girl grabbed him like he was, like it wasn't a woman at all, grabbed him with great strength and slung him to the ground. And they proceeded to beat the brakes off of him. They proceeded to beat the brakes off of him. And when they were just done beating him, they just was beating him. Just jumping him, just beating him bad, man, mauling him, just mauling him. It was bad. It was bad. And he was just horrified, screaming. And the scene changed. And in this scene, you remember when I talked to you about how he called the cops and was putting on in front of the cops? The scene changed. The apparitions looking like this, what he put off on others was being put back off on him. I would see him. And he would be in places, man, where I saw he was in places where he was just acting out, just doing what he was doing. And the scene changed where the officer said to him, the white officer and the black, they were like, they said to him, hey, and they said it just like this. Now, you remember when I said he just came at me, hey, you should try Manpussy. It's better than a woman's. You know, remember when I said that? It's just how offensive that was to ears. The officer said, hey, me and my partner, we were, you know, they're not the officers, the actual people, but angels of punishment, or what you would call demons. You know, that, you know, angels of punishment, malign angels, looking at him and said to him, me and my partner, we were just wondering this. You know, we were wondering this. We heard this thing. You may know more of what it is. You may know what it is. You know, and we have a feeling you know. And they looked at him and they said, Manpussy. And when Shawn heard this, he was horrified, knowing he's not in heaven at all. He's knowing he's not in no form of paradise. He's knowing he's in a place of punishment. They just looked at him, Manpussy. And he tried to run upstairs. And the apparition that was looking like me grabbed him right over the rail, threw him from over the rail. And they proceeded to beat the brakes off Shawn. And he was horrified. But this time it didn't end there. One of them, one of the apparitions looking like the officer, he pulled out a Johnson. Johnson was just ridiculous. Like, it was just something like women like y'all be like, yo, that can't be done. Like, no matter your tolerance, you'd be like, that can't be done. And it was filled with spikes. And he proceeded to rape Shawn. And I remember hearing Shawn scream. He just screamed and screamed and screamed. Yes, he was raping him. It didn't end there. It didn't end there. Shawn it didn't end there. And then the scene changed again. He was around the same area and he was walking. And as he was walking, I could see the scene change. He felt uneasy. You could see it. He just felt uneasy. He didn't feel comfortable. He didn't feel comfortable at all. No form of peace. No form of comfort. He was just horrified, just terrified everywhere he went. He didn't feel easy about nothing. And these apparitions, these angels of punishment, looking like homies, exit this one house. You know, because he knew basically the old head's daughter. Exit this one house. And as they're leaving this one house, like, homies had to be like 5 to 6. And they all looked at Shawn. And they was walking over to him like how you jump a homie. And they was just walking over to him like, you know what I'm saying? And they were all just saying it like, yo, man pussy, man pussy, man pussy. Yeah, man pussy, just looking at Shawn. You know, Shawn, and they just went over to him and just started beating the brakes off of him. Just beating the brakes off of him. And when they were just done beating the brakes off of him, they proceeded to rape him. Man pussy. And I forgot in that video, he talking about blowing up my car. Hey, but hey, God is good. I didn't know what Lord meant. I didn't know what Lord meant, man. I didn't know. You asked me, how do you feel about seeing that face? Do you feel like it's sad? How do you feel about seeing this? I don't feel nothing. Because if Shawn was let into the kingdom of the Most High in his unrepentant state, he would have been saying to Abraham, hey, Abraham, you got to try this man pussy. It's better than the woman's. He would have been saying a lot. Hey, Lot, you got to try this man pussy. It's better than the woman. He would have been saying to Michael, hey, Michael, you got to try this man pussy. It's better than the woman's. Gabriel, hey, Gabriel, you got to try this man pussy. It's better than the woman. They would have said this to every single person. He would have kept life corrupt there and sitting here trying to force this off on the saints. First and foremost, the archangels, Michael beat the brakes off of him. Beat the brakes off of him. Gabriel, I don't know what he would do. But it wouldn't be nice, and it would be utterly horrifying. The point that I'm making is, if God allowed him into the kingdom, knowing how he wants to carry y'all, he would keep it corrupt. Why should they have to tolerate that? What if you entered the kingdom and he was on it like this with you? Hey, you know, forget God, you know what I'm saying? We should try this man pussy. It's better than the woman's. He would keep life corrupt again and again and again. With no remorse. And somebody will say, hey, that's sad. But this is what I say. Friend, should we turn dishonest and wicked because life is hard? Now, mind you, Shawn been through his stuff. Like, he's been through hard times, much like we have. It rains on the just and the unjust. Don't think I don't have mine. But the point that I'm making is, should we turn dishonest and live in wickedness because life is hard? And you know, sometimes I catch myself when I think about them, I'll start even balling up my fist. You know, when my glasses used to fall off my face, the Most High knows this. When my glasses used to fall off my face, I couldn't help but think about them because I had some good glasses that stayed on my face, and I couldn't help but think about how he crushed my glasses, man. He took my glasses and he crushed them gents. I told my homie, and my homie was like, Ray, that's trash. That's trash. That's just so trifling. And the homie I told this, man, that bro would have done him in something fierce. And the homie, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like, Milwaukee, like that bro, Mr. Milwaukee, he a thorough bro, man. He an honorable dude. You know what I'm saying? And he a thorough bro. Like he A1. But somebody would let that sodomite try Leo like that. Like, hey, Leo, because Leo a handsome bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He a genuinely handsome bro. You come in Leo like that, get past that whole, hey, I fear God, I love Jesus. Man, that bro will beat you something fist like you was child, man. That bro ain't a brother tamper with. And the reason why I'm saying it, because to be honest with you, if the sodomite met Leo, he would have tried his hand with him. Talking about, hey, you should try this man pussy. It's better than him. Leo would have probably been doing time. The point that I'm making, man, the point that I'm making is why should the Most High permit these people to enter the kingdom of the Most High? Because he's love. And he said, God is good. Why? Why? And you could say, Ray, have you forgiven him? It's not an issue of forgiveness. I forgave it, bro. Then what's the problem when I can see you mad like this? Shawn is not one person. Shawn is millions. Millions. And these type people do not respect that you're not interested. They don't respect none of that. So when you hear me in places where I say I'm seeking the Most High for stuff, because the spirit of perversion and the spirit of homosexuality, they don't respect none of that, man. They don't respect that you're not interested. They don't. They don't care. In the same way that people, these sodomites in our nation, the male with the male, the female with the female, they don't respect none of that, man. None of that. And you know, I would talk to my homie about it, and I would tell him, you know, how frustrated I would be with the Most High. Anybody that know me know, Ray, you've been seeking the Most High, you've been talking to him, you frustrated with him, and I know this. The Most High knows. Anybody with ears knows. Anybody that knows me knows this. Because even though I saw Son's fate, do you know that I've been over here? You know why I brought up to you Abraham? Why I read that scripture? Because Abraham is a true friend of God. I am seeking, even with all of what I've been seeking the Most High for, even Shawn's fate would have won a verdict. Based on what I've been seeking the Most High for, even that fate would have won a verdict. You know why I'm talking like this? Because Abraham was a friend of God, and God treated Abraham like a friend, like you are my friend. Not just my servant, but you're my friend. Because you know how I will be in eternal places as a just judge. You know this. And you intercede for your neighbor, man. And you intercede for things to take away from what I would carry during that time. You are my friend. That's what a friend does. A person that does their business squared, you know, you think of a master servant, like they just do their stuff straight, squared, just keeping virtue alive. But a person that sits here and says, hey, would you think about this and this, just knowing how you are, or can I do this for you because I know how you are and you carry off and you'll do this, knowing this, and you will be righteous for doing this. Would you be patient with person? Will you be patient so we don't go lost and condemned for this? Or would you put this in place for the sake of your own heartache, man? Would you put this in place because I'm trying to help you? Yo, you are my friend, man. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, that is a friend. Because you seeking to take away from how you know how I would be. You take away from what you take away and you go out of your way to not anger me. That's what friends do. Abraham was a friend. What do I have with the Most High? What did I say I have with him? A friend. I'm going to try to leave scriptures in the description box, but I'm going to leave videos. Not just look in the description box if you've watched this video the whole time. Look, and I'm going to give you videos where I talked about the Lord, you haven't changed. I'm going to give you videos of things that are relevant to all of this. The reason why I'm saying that is because, to be honest with you, this here is based on a friendship, man. What I've been seeking the Most High for, it's great. It affects you. It affects me. It affects us. I don't feel no way about the sodomite's fate. Because that bro just, like, I don't feel no way. But what I've been seeking the Most High for is for things so even that fate has went averted. I'm not a convincing man. I'm not a salesman. When I say I intercede to the Most High, I intercede to the Most High. I just think about that whole thing, just how offensive it was to is, man. I don't feel no way about his fate. Not for a moment. Somebody could say, hey, that's sad. That could have... Yo, I don't feel no way. None. I hunger for justice on a scale that you wouldn't believe. And I'm starving today. I'm going to talk more about that later. I didn't know what Lord, Lord meant, but I know now. Back then in 2018, I didn't know until 2018 what Lord, Lord meant. I know now. The fate of Shawn Brownson. The fate of Anthony Shawn Brownson. I don't feel no way about his fate. I told my homies just, you know, when I said that whole thing, when I said that whole Manpussy thing to him, my homie got mad. Like, he got mad. Like, his blood started boiling. He harassed, like, you know what I'm saying, Jamaican homie. When I told him, man, he got mad. Like, that stuff, like, have his blood boiling. I never forgot, like, someone, when I talked about how the sodomite was, you know why I block comments? Because I don't really be careful what people got to say. This one person was like, hey, you shouldn't hit anyone. That's illegal. I'm like, yo, man, you don't get out of my ear, man. Get out of my ear, man. Because these are the same people that, hey, yes, you should just politely, you know what I'm saying, with the love of Christ, you shouldn't subdue him. You should just say, hey, the God just does not like, man, get out of here, man. Because these people don't respect that. Like, hey, you shouldn't do this. God does not like this. You know, this is a sin and detestable in his sight. No. Do you think these people respect that? I don't feel no way about Shawn's fate. Do you think he respected that? These people don't respect that. And when you get to a place where you need to ball up your fist and put in a work where it's no longer a time of peace, you are locked up, or you are arrested, or you are behind bars. I don't pray for my nation. Not my nation of origin. You may, but I don't. Shawn is not one person. Lord, Lord, the fate of Anthony Shawn Brownson. Manpussy.